We are about to continue with our meeting. Take your seats. Take your seats. There we go. Come. Let's settle down. Councillors, those of you who are already in the venue, please settle down while we are waiting those who are outside to come in. Abasemnyango, please ngene. Siqhubeke nomhlangano sibambe isikhathi. Abasemnyango ngicela bangene. Thina singaphakathi asithathe ihlalo. Siqhubeke nomhlangano. Councillors, it's now 2 o'clock. Already 2 o'clock. We are late. Ngiyacela nje sithatheni ihlalo silungisele ukuqala.
This relates to all the executive decision. To all decision.
That the I have made, that the I have made. Zazulinda, ile isikora tolinda.
Ilokuza confirmation ya CM.
Bana lo linda le ngiyasanda sise
City Manager. City Manager, please. No, come with the meeting that you are. Yeah, bring everyone there. Iza nabonga bonke lapho.
Hey,
Bapaya ngaphakathi.
kule mibhedo kodwa.
Take your seat, councillors. We are starting now.
Manje soyisayina siyithini thina kimi njalo lena. And yazi uyabona kule ka CM ngoba ngiyazi sadila nale ka speak. Kule ka CM ngicela ubheke u paragraph 2. La uthi khona
Yeah, abami ngenyawo bahlale phansi.
Bese ethi 3 I have read i-affidavit kaNyawo.
Abami ngenyawo abahlale phansi.
Contained in each and every instance where he did not have personal
Ngizokhuluma nabantu be-TV banishuthe nginibize ngamagama nibone umphakathi. uzovele uvele ikumebeza la ukuthi ewodini.
Ngiyatatazela. Khona light executive.
Yes, good much. Thank you very much, councillors. We are now back. We are on page 51. City manager will present the item. Let's maintain order. City manager.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. We are on page 51, item number 4.4, category 1, applications in terms of chapter 8 of eThekwini municipality and land use. Okay. Page 51, item 4.4, category 1, application in terms of chapter 8 of eThekwini municipalities planning and land use management bylaw of 2016, municipal notice number 114 of 2017, and second amendment to bylaw notice number 95 of 2021 for a scheme amendment to introduce a new zone and associated controls into the eThekwini municipality's central sub-scheme to be known as special zone Clearwood Logistics Park, and the adoption of the master plan for Clearwood. Committee recommends.
Thank you. Put on front plus. No. It's MF, I'm sorry. It's MF, Councillor S. Maharaj.
Thank you, Speaker. Speaker,
Let me check my list. Action SA, Councillor Pekskin. ANC, Councillor Pindlovu. 3 speakers. MF.
thank you, Speaker. Speaker, a once green and flourishing neighborhood like Clearwood was degraded during the apartheid and post-apartheid years by heavy industrialization. Whatever green lung it has left to make the place aesthetically pleasing and to filter the high levels of pollution may be gone when this logistics park is put up, and the trucks will compound the air and noise pollution. No matter what eThekwini says to allay the people's fears, the people are not convinced, and we accordingly don't support this item. But we know this development will happen, and we submit that nothing stops the trucking business to do corporate social responsibility to assist the community suburban area being revamped to its former glory in view of the massive hectareage it's taking to conduct its business operations. It's simply a goodwill gesture to alleviate neighboring community concerns. Currently, they're frustrated with the proposed development. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you. Action SA.
Thank you, Speaker. We object to the proposed Clearwood Logistics Park. This development threatens the safety and well-being and quality of life of Bluff residents. Solomon Mshlangu Drive is the only access to the Bluff and is already overwhelmed by truck congestion. Residents face daily delays and constant risk on a daily basis. We've already seen a loss of lives due to reckless truck traffic. Adding thousands more heavy vehicles without infrastructure upgrades will create gridlock and endanger more lives. But what's more important is the site also lies on a wetland and a flood line, raising flooding risks whilst truck operations will worsen the air and the noise pollution. Current road, water and sanitation systems simply will not cope with this development. The community is clear. No project can proceed without a flyover to the M4, full upgrades to Solomon Mshlangu Drive, strict truck regulations, 24-hour Metro Police enforcement, and most importantly, resident oversight. Speaker, this is about protecting the people over profit. Until these conditions are met, the Council must reject this project. Thank you.
Thank you, councillors. Are the commission agreed?
No.
No. Okay, let's record that, councillors. The board, please. Or is only DA that's saying no, eh? Okay.
No, Speaker, the MF also says no.
Oh, okay, okay. Okay. Let me record that. Let me have the screen.
abazala kuphela bathi no. Noma kanjani?
Right.
Okay, meeting. Probation.
Yeah, we are about to vote. Let's minimize movement. Let's close the door. Security. Let's close the doors. No movement.
Nikhuze lo mlungu ofika.
No movement. Let's start with those who are in support of the recommendations. Please clearly raise your votes.
Wena mlungu ufika. Hey, vote on mlungu.
Kick him out. Mkhiphe. Biyela. MK. Kick him out.
Umuntu sadidekile namanje.
Ayiqinisile iDA athi le MK le yamncwanga.
Dide yakoze kuyophela ithemba.
Thank you very much. Those who are voting against, raise your vote.
Commander, morning. MK vota ne-DA.
Kick him out.
Hey, angiboni kahle.
Thank you. Those who abstain. Yeah, MF, can you please confirm your votes? MF?
Against.
Against, okay. Right, DLC, confirm your vote. No, the attack. Abeko Bonke. Abeko down. Thank you. Those who are in support of the recommendations, the number is 110. Those who are against, the number is 57. Those who abstain, the number is 2. Therefore, the recommendations will be carried through. Thank you very much. City Manager, let's move to the next item.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. The next item is noting reasons to amend contract number 1X-20163, provision of infrastructure maintenance at the Point Precinct in terms of section 1163 of the Local Government Municipal Finance Management Act number 56 of 2003 to increase contract period by a further 2 years and 7 months, and to increase the contract value by an additional amount of 7.4 million rand excluding VAT. Committee recommends.
One speaker, Councillor Jongu, HNSA.
Thank you, Speaker. Ngisakudubile ngifuna ukukhuluma. I'm covered, Speaker.
Thank you. Councillors, the recommendation noted.
Item 4.6, Honorable Speaker, on page 59, is a request for approval for the city to leverage destination promotion partnerships with various event organizers for the period of the 2025-2026 financial year, winter and festive season. Committee recommends.
4 speakers, Councillor Eskavenda, IFP, Councillor Maharaj, MF, Councillor Jongu, HNSA, ANC, Chintuli. In that order, IFP.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. As the IFP, we support the request that assists in allowing Durban to be the city of destination, tourism, events and sporting capital of SA. The financial implication of 10 million rand that partners with 17 events is definitely worth the city's investment. Not forgetting the revenue that will be generated for local business and part of full-time employment creation for the many unemployed Durbanites. This is strategic in cementing Durban's popularity for tourism. I thank you.
Thank you. MF.
Speaker, Durban is described as a cultural melting pot due to the diversity of its population. This cultural diversity contributes to the city's identity, but when I look at this report, I don't see that reflected in the recipients, and the MF accordingly does not support this item. Thank you.
Thank you, Jongu.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. Honourable Speaker, as Action SA, we're not opposed to support these events in our city. However, one do wonder how we arrive to specific amount when it comes to funding. What I understand, we may not just give the organizer exactly what they wanted for various reasons, but one can't stop asking the criteria and the process that is being used to say this is how much we can able to give. I think there should be a transparency to us as councillors in terms of the processes that are being followed and how the officials arrived to a particular proposal or the amount to be given to an event organizer. But as well, some of these events are actually annual events, and one would want to understand in terms of sustainability in future, because at some stage we need to agree that there are many organizers who want to enter into the space of organizing events. Then you may have some events that have been taken so long and relying only on from government funding without also seeking private partnership to sustain these events. And I think we should find ways of assisting the organizers to also try to get private partnership while the city is enabling the environment for them to start these events. But it can't be that the events will be sponsored by the municipality forever. I think there should be a way to say, if we give you 3 years sponsorship, you must able after 3 years to sustain yourself, failing which you must come back and give a motivation why we must find you again, why you couldn't find private sponsorship. So I think in that way, we can really support other organizers, because it seems as if we're going to end up focusing on similar individuals over and over and every year. Thank you, Honourable Speaker, but we do support.
Thank you, Councillor Jongu. Councillor Ntuli.
Honourable Speaker, the purpose of this report is seek to the approval for the above report as this will allow the city to robustly leverage on the various destination promotion event programs to attract visitors to the city, boost tourism economic growth, create job, afford the local talent artists the exposure in various conducted events, to perform along with big names artists and for local economic development. Durban continue to position itself as a South African leading event and tourism capital. These programs align with our IDP objectives on economic growth and job creation. And the Durban tourism visitor strategy that was approved in 2022. Event partnership ensure that Durban continue to be competitive, visible, and attractive to both local and international. Honorable Speaker, our socio-economic impact, that is the evidence is clear. Events are catalyst for tourism economic growth between 2022 and 2024 alone. Durban destination promotion event have achieved the following. It generated nearly 2 billion in the direct economic spend and a sustainable over 9.5 permanent job in the tourism value chain. That is 9,500. And secured 3.5 billion wealth of media exposure for the city. These figures demonstrate that the consistent return on investment when Durban leverage destination promotion with events. For the current cycle, Durban tourism have received 162 event applications, requesting funding over 411 million. This event span diverse sectors such as music, cultural, heritage, wellness, lifestyle, sport, and township tourism. This reflects the sector inclusivity, ranging from township development to high-end international events. The events that are presented for approval will ensure that the broader-based tourism promotion across the jurisdiction of eThekwini municipality, not only within the city center, but it will expand to promoting township, rural, and village tourism. Honorable Speaker, ngiyafisa ukuthi ngiyicala and village tourism. Honorable Speaker, ngiyafisa ukuthi ngiyicacise le ebuzwa umnqwango. Ikhona into esuke makhishwe advert ekuyiyona isabantu within the city other than cabanga ukuthi imali akufanele inikezwe abantu bakithi mangabe bezokwazi ukuthi bayithole be-entertain ukwazi nokuthi ne-stress lesonazo lapho Action SA ukwazi ukuthola ithi ukuthi uyojabula. Thank you very much, Speaker.
Order. Angithi Councilor yazi ukuthi if you address the council, you don't address your fellow councillor, you address the speaker. Yeah, all the issues should be addressed to the speaker, not to Councillor Mngwango. Councillor Mngwango?
Speaker, ukansela must withdraw with the stress. I'm not stressed, Mr. Speaker. How now you say?
Unazo katiwe unazo.
Ay ngiyaxolisa Speaker kodwa ngibone eshintsha kakhulu abantu kwiphathi kona bengibona tune stress.
Yes, councillors, are the recommendations agreed?
No.
Okay. Let's record that. Let's properly record the.
We abstain.
Okay, DA abstain. Eh? That's good. It's only DA.
MK.
Let's proceed. City Manager.
Honorable Speaker, we are on page 63. It's item number 5, the report of Community Services Committee from their meeting which was held on the 21st of the 8th, 2025. Item 5.1 is the request for authority to enter into a memorandum of agreement between the Tegini Municipality and Zipate Training College. Committee recommends.
Thank you, City Manager. Are the recommendations agreed, councillors? Thank you.
Item
Next
5.2, request for authority to support the 2025 Speak.
Yeah. Correct.
I don't know where they move for official. Yeah, they move that's coming. No, where they move for the official.
Speaker.
That's it. Councillor Sokabaza?
Ngiyabonga Speaker, besicela ukuthi lo 5.2 so keep.
Page
No,
64, 5.2.
Yes.
That's it.
Until when?
Ngokolimi lala ngaphakathi kusho ukuthi siubuyisele ekomidini noma nje siya remove so withdraw.
Siya withdraw Speaker ngoba awenzekanga.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Asiqalise iform ke. Awusamisela form of because we are withdrawing. I'm sorry about that. Yeah. We are withdrawing the item is being withdrawn from the council agenda. That's what we are getting from the chair of the committee. Therefore, the page 64, item 5.2, that item is being withdrawn. Thank you, City Manager.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. We are now on page 66. Item number 6, which is the report of the Governance and Human Resources Committee from their meeting which was held on the 22nd of the 8th, 2025. Item 6.1, naming of streets in Ward 58, covering Whetstone Business Park. Committee recommends.
Yeah, thank you, City Manager. Councillor D. Ngoma, EFF, we are the first speaker. Councillor Lushaba, ANC, you are the second and the last speaker. Councillor Ngoma.
Ngibonge somlomo, ngibingelele Speaker, Babu Mayor, Deputy Mayor, councillors, officials, amakhosi asendlunkulu, members of the media and members of the public. Si EFF siyawubona umbiko ocela ukuqanjwa kwamagama emgaqo eWard 58 ePhoenix. iPhoenix indawo that is highly dominated by Indian population. iPhoenix indawo enomlando omude nobuhlungu kakhulu empilweni zabantu base South Africa. Kusukela ngezikhathi zobandlululo kuze kuyofika kwizikhathi ze-unrest ngoJuly 2021 lapho kwabulawa khona abantu abawu-36 ePhoenix.
Chair, on a point of order.
Point of order.
Chair, I think my colleague is very confused because Ward 58 is not in Phoenix. It is in Tongaat. So I think she's misleading in the House. Please, can you correct that? Thank you.
Give her a map. Give the EFF a map.
Okay, thank you. Okay, proceed, Councillor Mngoma.
Okay, eTongathi ke naseLamesi. Lezo indawo sithola ukuthi zinamagama amaningi aqanjwe ngamagama esilungu. Lokho kusho ukuthi abantu abanye abamnyama abahlala kulezo indawo abazizwa bemukelekile because indawo kufila engathi ibelonga to a certain group of abantu abathile. So njenge EFF Speaker sifuna ukwazi ukuthi kunini la sizothola khona indawo iziqanjwa ngamagama amaqhawe akithi alwela umhlaba wethu lo owantshontshwa amabhunu ehlangene nabomdabu baseNdiya.
Ngibona ukuthi
Kulokhu kuqanjwa kwemigaqo ngesilungu kuveza uqhekeko phakathi kwabantu abahlala emphakathini. Speaker, during the unrest sathola izindawo la khona abomdabu base-India babevimba abantu abathile abamnyama ukuthi bangangeni kulezo indawo ngoba becabanga ukuthi lezo indawo ezabo. So siyacela ke Speaker ukuthi kuqhakambiswe abantu bethu abamnyama, sinawo amaqhawe afana nomama uMakoti Sibongile Khawula, amaqhawe aziwayo alwela umzabalazo nawo lela umhlaba wabantu abamnyama. So njenge EFF siyawu rejecta lo mbiko. Ngiyabonga.
IDA yayincoma Phyllis.
Thank you. Councillor Shaba.
Phyllis Masaka IDA yayincoma.
Siyabonga Somlomo. Sibingelele kuwena, sibingelele kuMayor, Deputy Mayor, nabonke amakhansela akhona endlini. Cha Somlomo, njenge-ANC siyazi ukuthi
Niyadayisa.
ukuqamba nokunambarisha kwemigwaqo kwenza ukuthi umasipala mayihambisa izinsiza service delivery kube lula ngoba uyakwazi ukunavigate wazi kahle ukuthi iservice delivery lo uhambisayo uhambisaphi. Sakwazi futhi ukunemesha komgwaqo nokunambarishwa komgwaqo kahle kusiza kakhulu ukuthi masihambisa noma sifuna ama services sihambisa izinsiza lezi ezisiza kakhulu abantu bakithi masekwenza into ye billing sikwazi ukuthola ama address aqondile. Lokho futhi Somlomo siyaqonda ukuthi kune process mawufuna ukunemisha umgwaqo ekufuna ilandele. Ngokombiko siyakholela ukuthi yonke ama processes enziwe ngohlelo, i-consultation yenziwe ngohlelo. Njenge-ANC ke Somlomo siyawusupporta lo mbiko sithi awuqhubeke sigqugquzele nabantu bakithi ukuthi mabefisa ukuthi benemishe berename emgwaqo bamukelekile ngoba kubalekile ukuthi endaweni esihlala kuzona sikwazi ukuba ne-numbering ne-naming e-proper ukuze sizokwazi ukuthi sinavigate sihambise i-service delivery ngendlela. Siyabonga kakhulu siyi-ANC siyawusupporta umbiko. Siyabonga Somlomo.
Thank you.
Akumanga uLushaba.
Are the recommendation agreed, councillors? Next item. Okay. Let me have the screen, please.
Ne-ANC ihlukene phakathi. EFF reject Speaker.
APF reject.
ANC divided.
Angisiphe ipoti ke.
Speaker. Speaker.
Siyavota manje asisaxoxa.
Cha ngibona ukuthi uMakoti Khawula lade khulunywa ngaye la akaqamba.
Kahle wena. Hawu.
Order. No movement, councillors. Siyavota manje. Asivale iminyango lapha. Right.
uMakoti akaqamba umzwa.
Mathi umlungu.
Page 66, item 6.1. Those who are in support of the recommendations, please raise your vote.
Kade aqala FP ukudayisa.
Speaker sinkinga Nkosi yasithuka la.
Order.
Speaker, Nkosi yasithuka la Nkosi. We're voting now.
Order.
Nkosi yasithuka la.
Yeah, we ask councillors. Councillors, ukudlala kwi-council kune-limit. Yeah. Ningadlali lasemgaqweni, dlalandeni niqoqeke. Yeah, le joke lapha lo mdlalo lo awuphele lo mdlalo. Awuphele lo mdlalo lapha. Those who are in support are in the right. Sabala, please continue to raise your vote. Thank you, Siyabonga. Those who are against.
Awuhlengwa wethu. Hlengwa wethu.
Kick him out.
Ngose kufakwe coffin manje.
EPMK. Yadayisa MK. Ivota nini NFP? Ukhiphe FF. Ithemba yokugcina NFP.
Mhlambe angikukazela indaba konyaka ozayo. Wasombisi mina. Ukuthi yonke into zaya. Webhuti, wena indaba unga-understand more wrong.
Thank you. Those who abstain. Siyabonga. Those who in support, 155. Those who are against, 17. Those who abstain, none or 0. Thank you. Recommendations will be carried through. City Manager, next item.
Page 67, item 6.2, naming of streets in Ward 58 covering Salta Estate. Committee recommends.
Thank you very much. The recommendations are great, councillors.
Item
Siyabonga.
6.3, establishment of a memorandum of understanding between eThekwini Municipality and Passenger Rail Agents of South Africa. Committee recommends.
Thank you, City Manager. The recommendations are great. Thank you.
On page 69, Honorable Speaker, item number 7 is the report of Governance and Human Resources Committee from their meeting which was held on the 18th of the 6th, 2025. Item 7.1, approval of eThekwini Municipality's placement policy. Committee recommends.
Thank you, City Manager. Councillor Zetmieni, NFP, our Deputy Mayor, you are number 1. Councillor Kuzwayo, N, ANC, number 2. Councillor Mieni.
Thank you, Somlomo. This policy will fast-track the process of placing the employees in accordance with the newly approved organizational structure. We must emphasize that the implementation of this policy will also address the issues of gender, race, and also
Speaker.
disability,
Order,
and
Speaker.
also to prioritize.
Yes, Councillor Jongu.
We don't see time.
Okay, okay. Thank you, Jongu. Can we have time to split colleagues there?
E-minute.
Because of our minute.
Are you winning? Okay, let's continue. We'll monitor time here. We'll monitor time here.
Somlomo, le placement policy siyishayela izandla kakhulu njenge National Freedom Party ngoba izosilekelela kakhulu ukuthi intuthuko ingaphazamiseki because abasebenzi bazobe kukhona ama timelines bazi ukuthi bazoplacewa kuphi khona ngasikhatsini. So i-item is indeed supported. Siyabonga.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. Councillor Kuzwayo.
Ngiyabonga, Speaker. I'm very much ably covered by the Deputy Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Councillors, the recommendations are great. Next item, City Manager.
On page 71, Honorable Speaker, are direct EXCO reports, starting with item number 8, which is approval of amendments to eThekwini Municipality's Rules of Order, bylaw of 2014 as amended. Committee recommends.
Okay, page 71, item 8.
Speaker.
I've got few speakers.
Speaker, I apologize for interrupting you. I just want to bring to your attention that from this point, there seems to be a mistake with the numbering. So I have sensitized Secretariat to this. If you can just be cognizant of the numbers, perhaps when you're reading out the title or the heading, the speakers can then raise their hands to avoid any confusion. Thank you.
How long more will it take? Oh, yes, yes. Symptoms. Yeah. That's it. Oh.
No, yes, you left. No question of 8.2. Item 9, yeah. Then it means it's over. Yeah. Still 9.1, 11.2, 0.3, yeah. So it's, right. Okay. Yeah, okay. Awesome, yeah. Yeah, councillors, thank you very much. The councillor Kavenda is trying to assist us here with the numbering of our items so that speakers don't get confused and the recording of the meeting is not confusing. And those who are following us at home, they can still follow the agenda. The problem started from page 71 after 7.16, the direct ESCO report on page 71 is item 8. But if you move with speed to, you move to page, I think it's page 81, you then get 7.1. That is the confusion is trying to assist us. It means from 7.1, page 81, is supposed to be 8.1, 8.2, then item 8 should be item 9. Then we follow like that. Thank you very much, Councillor Kavenda, for that correction. Apologies, colleagues, for that typing error. Then we are still on item 8, page 71, with the numbering that has been corrected, as I explained earlier. City Manager. You were still reading item.
The rules of item number.
71.
Yes. Item number. Page 71.
Okay. All right. We were still having the deputy mayor on the floor. I'm correct? Okay. Deputy mayor concluded the debate. Mr. Kuzwayo's side was covered by the deputy mayor. Those were the two speakers. Then Councillor Kavenya then assisted us with this. Are the recommendations on item 7.1, page 69 agreed? Thank you. City Manager.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. On page 81, item number 9 now, after correction. Extension of contract for the eThekwini municipality.
No.
Wait, no.
We're on page 71.
We're on page 71 on the direct ESCO report. Yeah. Item 8, yes. Sure, apologies for that.
No, thank you very much. Page 71. Approval of amendments to the eThekwini Municipality Rules of Order Bylaw 2014. Committee recommends.
Right, a few speakers here. Councillor Kisson, number 1. Councillor Penn, number 2. His Worship the Mayor, Councillor Klaba, is number 3. Councillor Kisson.
Thank you, Speaker. Honourable Speaker and colleagues, our caucus has applied its mind to these amendments carefully and in great detail, and we don't approach them lightly. Some of what is before us is routine housekeeping, and some of it is legally compelled, but much of it is discretionary, added by choice and not necessarily by the Municipal Systems Act or the Code of Conduct, and that distinction matters here. We are open to improvements that add value, and Rule 23 is not contentious. We have passed that. We've looked at Rules 4 and 6. We don't believe they are perfect, but we are excusing it. Rule 12 is where we are prepared to leave it as it stands. And on Rule 13 and 20, I'm pleased that the reasoning advanced by our caucus was accepted. However, there are a few that strike a distinction. In terms of Rule 8, the attendance of councillors, the duty to attend meetings is already set out in the law. Schedule 7, Item 4 of the Code of Conduct requires every councillor to attend unless granted leave, and Item 5 provides sanctions, fines, and even removal after 3 consecutive absences. But Item 5 also requires that sanctions follow a uniform standing procedure consistent with the rules of natural justice, and the 2022 regulations go further because they define a walkout and require a special committee to investigate the alleged breach within 7 days. So yes, attendance and sanctions are already in the law. But this amendment does something different. Rule 8(1)A collapses all those protections into a single clause that makes leaving without the Speaker's permission an automatic breach. It cuts out the due process, the investigation, the safeguards that the law itself requires. So when colleagues argue that Rule 8 is already in the law, the answer is simple, that the principle is in law, but this version strips away the guardrails, and the law balances duty with fairness. So this amendment keeps the duty but discards the fairness in its application, and that is why we can't support it. In terms of Rule 27 and questions, we're also deeply concerned by the deletion of sub-rules 27(13) to 15 and 17. These provisions protected councillors' ability to question and demand accountability, and oversight is not optional, it's a constitutional duty. Section 152 of the Constitution requires democratic and accountable governance, and Section 19 of the System Act requires Council to put in place mechanisms for transparency. It is true that some provisions for questions remain, but what has been removed are the very clauses that gave questions meaning, which is the right to follow up, the duty to provide written replies within a time frame, the carryover of unanswered questions, and the ability to register dissatisfaction. And by keeping only the shall and cutting out the safeguards, the accountability mechanism is then hollowed out. The System Act requires not just councillors may ask questions, but that questions produce real answers. But Rule 28, which is the recess powers, is the most serious problem that we noted until now. Recess decisions had to be ratified by Council. Ratification means Council confirms, amends, or rejects those decisions. And the amendment reduces this Council to merely noting them. That is not harmless wording change. It strips Council of its power to review. Section 59(2)(f) of the Municipal Systems Act is crystal clear in that any delegation must be reviewable by Council. Reviewable does not mean noted. It means Council retains the authority to ratify or reject. And Item 3 of the Code of Conduct forbids us from voting in favor of any resolution that conflicts with legislation. If we support this change, we risk placing ourselves in breach of the code itself because the wording does not reflect the Municipal Systems Act. Colleagues, some of these amendments are acceptable, but others are not. Our caucus has therefore resolved to abstain, and abstinence here is not indifference. It is a deliberate statement that we will not obstruct routine refinements, but we will not endorse provisions that weaken fairness in Rule 8, undermine oversight in Rule 27, or erode Council's constitutional authority in Rule 28. Honourable Speaker, not every amendment before us comes from the Systems Act or the Code of Conduct. Many additions are drafted by choice. Where those choices strengthen accountability, we will accept them. Where they weaken fairness or Council's authority, we cannot, and that is why our caucus abstains. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Penn.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My colleague has very ably covered all the issues, except the one I'd like to highlight further, and that is the amendment to Rule 8, specifically the new Clause 1A. And I have to point out that there's a fundamental misunderstanding, which is reflected in the wording on the next page, page 75, in the paragraph at the bottom, where it says what EXCO's views were, and it says the members to remain in the meeting unless a valid reason has been given for non-attendance through a leave form, or there are special circumstances warranting a councillor to withdraw from the meeting. That is not in the amended rule. There's no provision for special circumstances allowing one to leave. So as that rule now stands, if it's passed today, we will then, every time we want to go to the toilet, we'll have to put up our board and say, Mr. Speaker, please may I leave the room to go to the toilet. That's what that says. You have control about you hold us captive in the meeting, and we can't leave the meeting until you give us permission. That is not constitutional, it's not democratic, it will not stand the test of jurisprudence. So we find that unacceptable. We'll unwind it in 18 months' time when we are the leading party in the city. But for the moment, if you persist with it, then we're all going to have to ask you for permission to leave the room to go to the toilet. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. Recommendations are on page 81. There are two. The first recommendation is for noting. The second recommendation, 8.2, is for approval. Now let's start with 8.1. Is 8.1 noted? Is 8.2 agreed?
No.
Okay. 8.2 not agreed.
We abstain.
You abstain. Okay. Only the TA, right? Thank you. Let's record that and proceed. City Manager.
Yeah, only the DA read this thing.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Page 81, item number 9, extension of contract for the eThekwini Municipalities Expanded Public Works Program participants. Committee recommends.
Right. There are few speakers on this item. Is Councillor Mbonambi, IFP, Councillor Maharaj, MF, Councillor Zuma, Action SA, 2 minutes, donated from PRM and MKP, ANC, Councillor Tintuli. In that order, Councillor Mbonambi.
Speaker, may I go to the bathroom, please?
Councillor.
Thank you, Speaker.
Kick
her out.
It's not like you. Mbonambi, sorry.
No, Sibonga Speaker. Speaker, say IP supporta lokhu ukuthi kunotshwe isikhathi for the EPWP project ngoba lokho kuzosiza kakhulu ukuthi iyona ndlela esikhombisa ngayo ukulwa nendlala especially kwi-youth yethu ekhona la eThekwini. And futhi lokhu kuzogwema nalokuthi izingane zibe nokhwatalala lokuthi imisebenzi ayiveli ngaphansi kwamasipala weTheku. Esithi ke lokhu siyinkathi Federal Party ke sithi uqasha kwalengane siyafisa ukuhamba ngendlela kuyiyona zonke izingane zilezwe amathuba ngokuthi zithole ukuthi ziqoshwe ukuthi zibe nayo inkece encane izokwazi ukuthi ziyithole. Kumbono omuhle ufuna ukuqhubeka njalo engathi nje kungaba itoho elingapheli ligcisele ipermanent ukuze intsha ikwazi ukuthi ithole amathuba omsebenzi. Siyasupporta lokhu siyinkathi Federal Party siyabonga.
Thank you very much. Mbonambi, Councillor Maharaj.
Thank you, Speaker. Speaker, normally contracts are tabled for renewal before they end, but we can see how serious eThekwini is about this vulnerable group. Nevertheless, the MF will not support this item unless the unemployed members of our community who are voluntarily cleaning our areas because of the municipality's failure to do so are given preference when hiring EPWP workers. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Zuma.
Covered.
Okay, Councillor Ntuli.
Sibonge Speaker. Njenge ANC we do support item ephambi kwethu ngoba siyazi ukuthi uEPWP maningi ama programs akhona akumasipala alekelelayo kwi service delivery. But siyafisa ukuthi ngeyilanga ikhulunywa lento ukuthi uNational Treasury athi kuyinyusa le mali ngoba ibuye ngathi lokishone phansi njalo ukwenza ungelilanga ukwazi ukunyuka nenamba ama participants, but at the same time le program ihlala ikhona ukulekelela abantu bakithi ngoba baningi abantu abakwagcina bekwazi ukuxosha indlala ekhaya through this program. Siyabonga kakhulu. Thank you very much. Siya support item.
Thank you very much. Recommendations on page 83. They are all agreed, councillors?
Agreed.
MF
Thank you very
doesn't-
much.
Speaker, MF doesn't support it.
Okay, let's record that. City Manager.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. We are now on page 84. Item number 10, Point Precinct Trust and the Durban Infrastructure Development Trust dissolution and the appointment of new trustees. Committee recommends.
Thank you very much, City Manager. Councillors, are all the recommendations agreed? Thank you. Let's have this.
EFF reject.
Let's have the poll, please. Let me have the screen, colleagues. Alveli Port is there.
It's only the EFF speak.
Okay.
Speaker.
Right.
Speaker.
Right. This is item 9, item 10, as per the correction of the numbering, page 84. Now, those who are in support of the recommendations, raise your paws, please. Make sure that we are clearly counted.
Bavota njani ANC buyilale.
Balo sebanjwe iwonga manje.
MK idayisile. Ayizazi. MF where you?
Awuyithengani.
Usuyakhuluma MK.
Usuyacathula. Kick him out.
Thank you. Ningahlisa izandla those who are against.
Hlengwa.
Okay, thank you. Those who abstain.
Ayo. Wasombisi mina. Webhuti.
Senator.
Uze bhuti.
Thank you. Those who are in support, councillors, may I have your attention. 152. Those who are against, 15. Those who abstain, 1. Recommendations will be carried through. Thank you very much. We will finish the first ordinary council agenda. Then we are now moving to the second supplementary agenda. The deputy mayor will table the third report of the executive committee. Is that? Yeah, it's that, deputy mayor.
Allow me to table the third report of the executive committee. I thank you.
Right, thank you, City Manager.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Report number 1 is the report of the Economic Development and Planning Committee from their meeting of the 1st of the 9th, 2025, item 1.1, request for authority to reprioritize 2025-2026 budget to cover outstanding costs to complete phase 1A work packages of Jongu Urban Development. Committee recommends.
Thank you. Councillors, I'm taking hands from the floor. I'm taking hands from the floor.
Councillor Mase, Ward 15.
I will note those hands of councillors who want to debate the item. Please raise your board so that you will be noted. Councillor McPherson, number 1. Councillor Tipo, number 2. There are no other hands. Jongu, number 3. Councillor Ntuli, number 4. In that order, Councillor McPherson.
Thank you, Speaker. You know, we've learnt the hard way when funds are moved from one project to another, that those funds never ever find their way back. Not ever. And if I'm wrong, show me a project where it has happened in the same financial year or the following year. Let me just say where the funds are being moved from is the Cornubia Presidential Catalytic Project area. Now, Cornubia, the whole Cornubia, is about 15 years behind schedule. Not 5, 15 years behind schedule. The infrastructure backlog is staggering. We still don't have a complete public transport system, incomplete road infrastructure, no taxi holding facilities, undersupply of water, fresh water. The water tower, the water reservoir is 6 months behind schedule and with no end in sight. And all sorts of other major electrical components needed. Now, whilst the project where the money is intended to move is also a catalytic project, it's clear that there was insufficient planning and funding in the first place. So to take away this sort of money from the presidential catalytic project, which is the fastest growing, should be, rate-paying opportunity in eThekwini by far, as well as the provision of RDP houses and the upliftment, let me just add, of a major informal settlement, we should be plowing additional money into the Cornubia Presidential RDP. The primary school, which is one of the leading schools, was 2 years behind schedule because of ongoing fund shortages. The housing project is at least 10 years. Contractors are consistently not paid. And for that reason, there's a major 2.5 billion project that's about to start. They're going to start breaking ground soon, which is going to require all sorts of infrastructural support, road widening, pavements, and all sorts of other things. So I am saying that as the ward councillor, there was no consultation. Let me just make that point as well. None, zero, of where the projects or where this money was going to be taken from and the reasons why. It was only brought to my attention by my alert colleagues, and it was the first that I heard of it. So for that strong reason, we object that Ward 102 and the Presidential Catalytic Project will lose money of that quantum. Thank you.
Councillor Tipo.
Thank you, Chairperson. Honourable Chair, the problem that we have here is that we understand that there needs to be a shuffle of money from time to time. We understand that work packages are not ready from time to time. But the issue is that we sit in the Economic Development and Planning Committee. And yet at that very same committee level, which has the name planning in it, we are told by officials that the planning of the Cornubia infrastructure node is not ready yet, and that is why money needs to now be moved up into the western area. And we fully support the western area's economic development. We understand it's a strategic economic node. We understand that there needs to be infrastructure be put into it. But we are doing so at the expense of what was once, I'm saying once because that president is not president anymore, a presidential project. And this is the core and fundamental problem, I believe, Mr. Speaker, that we have in the municipality. And somewhere along the line, the buck has got to stop somewhere. The lack of planning, from daily services to fixing water leaks to replacing water pipes to electrification to housing projects, again and again we see money being shuffled around in these kind of votes when really the planning should have been in place. And that is the big issue that affects every single ward councillor here that is struggling on a daily basis because of a lack of planning. Now, as I've said before, the buck needs to stop somewhere. Now, the chief accounting officer in this municipality, and where the buck needs to stop, I'm afraid to say, is with the city manager. Because if he cannot get his executives to plan properly from the beginning, then he must be held accountable for what his executives are doing. And council, as the oversight body of this municipality, must now bring it to the attention of everybody that if there's a lack of planning, we have people, thousands and tens of upon thousands of people who are lacking basic services in a presidential project, and the officials can't get it right, then the buck must stop by the city manager's office and action must be taken against the city manager. I thank you.
Thank you, Cousin Jongu.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. Honourable Speaker, unfortunately, it's cut some. Speaker, I've got 3 minutes. Honourable Speaker, unfortunately, we may find ourselves having to vote in a particular manner due to lack of understanding. I'm not sure if you will allow maybe the city manager just to briefly explain the issue around weather. I'm trying to understand how weather conditions can affect the project over 36 months. I understand there may be valid reasons to take money away from the project to finish another project, which one may support, but the issue is lack of the background. If you can allow the speaker to explain that part, I will be happy. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. Yes, Councillor Jongu, I will allow clarification on that before I take the last hand. City manager or any executive director who can respond to empower council members with information.
No, thank you very much, Honourable Speaker. I think it's important to start by giving a particular context. There's nothing lack of planning here. The money that is being shifted to fund the project in the West is the money that was earmarked for the relocation of infrastructure to allow for a particular project in Konupia to proceed. Upon further interrogation, we realized that it is the responsibility of that particular developer to do the infrastructure relocation as opposed to the city financing it, because it was built into the sale agreement. Then in the West, there is a motivation that has been put by the developer there to say that because of the budget shortages as a result of project delays, it has taken so long such that the residents of the West are now complaining that the project is not proceeding. They are spending so much time on the road during peak hours. Therefore, if the money couldn't be spent elsewhere and it was allocated, isn't it a planning and reasonable thing to allocate this money in areas where there is an urgent need, as opposed to wait for phase 2 to start. That in my understanding, is critical thinking. But when it comes to the delays in the project, you will understand the motivation, which we also concur with, is that there's been an extraordinary amount of rainfall, the one that would have taken a number of months to receive. It was received within that particular period of 3 months. There were excessive delays. They were unable to continue with work the way they wanted. And the motivation that they presented to us, it made sense. We analyzed it together with our engineers. We felt that it is a reasonable motivation. Yes, delays due to rainfall and any other delays could be the cause of the longest of project delays. Thank you.
Thank you. Council have now received response from the city manager. Councillor Mwango, I want to come back to you so that I move after I make sure that we have been answered, then you are done with the debate, then I will invite Ntuli.
Speaker, I've been answered. I'm happy.
Thank you, Councillor Mwango. Councillor Ntuli.
Speaker, umbhele ngimvalile amanothi. Wavula wafunda nje obenjalo ngoba esuka kumina. Ngiyabonga Speaker. We support the item.
Thank you very much, councillors. Are the recommendation agreed, councillors?
No, Speaker.
Record the DA abstain or against?
Against, strongly.
Okay. Thank you.
As well as the Freedom Front Plus.
Next item.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. We are now on page 6, item number 2. Is the report of Community Services Committee meeting from their meeting which was held on the 17th of the 7th, 2025. Item 2.1, noting of intention to amend contract 5M-28062 underway in terms of section 1163 of the Municipal Finance Management Act of 2003 for the emergency remedial work to concrete and roof structure at the Mabhida Stadium. Committee recommends.
Thank you. I'm taking hands from the floor as I've explained earlier. Councillors who want to debate the item, please raise your board clearly, then you'll be noted. I will start on my left from Councillor Perte, then Councillor Kavenda, then Councillor Nkosi. Okay, then Councillor Sokabasa. Thank you. In that order, 3 hands. First speaker.
Thank you very much, Speaker. Yes, we will recall that this is not the first time that we see this. This is not the first time that we see this. About a year and a half ago, and then we were talking about 236 million. And one would have thought at the time that the assessment would have been done properly, but it would seem the stadium is deteriorating quicker than they can fix it, because a year later we asked for another 284 million, which brings it to 520 million. Now, unfortunately, this council is habitual reckless spenders, because the stadium itself started as 1.8 billion and ended up at 3.4 billion. But that's not where it ends. You will recall, and those who have been here for a while will recall when the RMS system started. It started with 150 million, and by extension of contract we ended up paying more than $1 billion, and it's still not really working, is it? And it also doesn't end there. In recent times, we started with the City Hall, started with 17 million. We then went over 50, more towards 65, probably moving towards 90, and it's rumored that we could end at 322. And that's where the problem lies. Once we've opened, it's not about using Section 33. We understand there's certain provisions and timelines, or Section 36. We're using the right one in terms of 1163. Just where does it end? And I hear a lot of rumors in the room and a little murmuring. So one would hope in the next term of office, when another party's there and most of that party's sitting there and things like that, that people recall when we were saying this. Maybe they're sitting with a different color, but you know, the fact is we don't know when to stop spending, and it's the fact that we say the reckless. And so when you agree to this today or note it, it's very much under duress, because we come to the point where it is just not economically viable for us to say no, because once we go down that road, we have to walk it all the way. So recall, 150, 1 billion, 17,322. A stadium that already cost us almost 2 billion, 1.5, 1.7 billion more, another 500. Where does it end? In 3 years' time, listen to what I'm saying. Recall, we will sit here and we will ask for more, because Moses Mabhida is deteriorating faster than we can fix it. And one would have to ask, when the contractor was originally awarded, how did they not take into consideration the proximity to the coastline, that everything is now rusted? Surely there must be materials that could have withstood more than 15 years. It's only 15 years. If it was a school child that would not even finish with school yet, and we're already standing there and we're already fixing again. That is scary. Where do we draw the line? The DA notes this, as we noted, with duress. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Councillor Kavenda.
Thank you, Speaker. You know, 15 years ago, Moses Mabhida Stadium rose from the Durban skyline as a symbol of national pride. It was a 3.4 billion rand architectural marvel that was built for this 2010 FIFA World Cup. It was meant to be a legacy project, a catalyst for tourism and for economic upliftment. But today, what is it? Does it stand as a beacon of progress? No, it's a monument to mismanagement. It is a structure that is riddled with defects, drained by endless repairs, and it's allegedly weaponized by profiteers who have turned public infrastructure into private enrichment. Now, let us speak plainly about this. This stadium seems to have become a cash cow in the city. Since its completion, it has faced persistent structural failures, from the roof membrane degradation to corroded steel joints, compromised concrete, failing drainage systems. These are not minor maintenance issues. These are systematic failures in design, oversight, and accountability. And are we correct in saying that just in the last few years, we've spent over 60 million rand on emergency repairs? And yet we are told time and time again in the press that the stadium is fully operational. You know that tenants have repeatedly vacated that facility, and the sky car doesn't sky. So still, the city continues to pour millions into remedial contracts. Who benefits from this cycle? Where is the open, full transparency into this? Nobody benefits from this cycle, not the ratepayer, not the communities in need of basic services, but consultants, contractors, and perhaps politically connected firms who profit. Do people profit from the defects, from the delays, and the extension? Of course they do. But here we are being held ransom. We are forced to plow more public money into a failed, extended project that has already consumed far more than its fair share of our municipal resources. Each new phase of this refurbishment is sold to us as preserving world-class status, while the taxpayer foots the bill for the structural decay and inflated invoices. Now I ask you again, is this fair on the taxpayer? This is not just about concrete and steel. It is about governance. It is about the integrity of our procurement systems. It is about whether we as elected representatives will continue and be forced to rubber stamp spending. This enriches a few while impoverishing many. We surely should be demanding a full forensic audit of all contracts and extensions related to Moses Mabhida Stadium. Should we have a public disclosure, perhaps of all consultant and contractor payments since 2010? Should there be a moratorium on further expenditure? accountability for those who signed off on defective work and failed oversight. Let us be clear, maintenance is necessary, but mismanagement is not. We owe it to our residents to ensure that every rand that is spent serves public good and not private gain. Let us reclaim this legacy project, not with money, but with more courage, oversight, consequence management, and accountability in the city. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you, Councillor Sokabasa.
My son's SARS.
Honorable Speaker, ngiyezwa ukuthi ama colleagues athini ngale lokhuzana. Into ekhona we are requesting ukuthi sinikezwe imvumo yalo 116 kuze I project le elapha yana eMabhida iqhubeke because kunama risk akhona if imile kanjeyana. Lawo ma risk ukuthi I contract mayihamba I project ima there are delays enzakalayo. Also there is imali accumulate kayo uma kuukuthi siqhubeki nayo. Ukwenza kwethu ukuthi sicele u116 siqhubise le contract is because I contract iyona iqalile and sifisa ukuthi kube iyona eqhubekayo ikwazi ukuthi isheshise umsebenzi njengoba abanye besho ukuthi kunama delays akhona. Ukwenza kwethu ukuthi senze lama renovations laphayana is not just that siyathanda, it's because kukhona izinto edingwa ukuthi zirepairwe laphaya esesithathe isikhathi u15 years imkhulu entweni ukaze major repairs okuqala lapha eyenziwayo laphana eMoses Mabhida le esiyenza manje bese ziningi izinto ezonakele khona. Iskaika siyiphathi yezinto ezizolungiswa lana. We know ukuthi siyayenza I-economy eThekwini. Lokho abakushoyo ukuthi isifana ne-white elephant, I don't think kuyiqiniso. Kunemidlalo eminingi esidlaliwe laphayana. While kwenziwa leyo mdlalo nama competition amakhulu like MTN 8 abadlala lana. While kwenziwa lokho kungena I-economy imali la eThekwini. Siyafisa ukuthi ke siqhube sivumeleke ukuthi le contract iqhubeke kuze I-stadium sikwazi ukuthi sifunctione ngendlela efanelekile. Sizofakela nama fixtures amasha I-technology yalaphana eMabhida nayo kufanele iqhubeke ikwazi ukuthatha I-standard samanye ama-stadium akhona ezweni. Ngiyabonga.
Thank you, councillors. The recommendation noted. Oh, sorry. No, ngishiye. Nkosi yazi ukuthi ngishawile bamkosi. Ngishawile camera le. Yeah, kodwa kuzomela ngiyilungise le team yami ngoba manje ngibe ngakuboni kahle.
Yeah, no, it's fine, Honourable Speaker.
Apologies, cousin Nkosi, apologies.
It's fine. Honourable Speaker, thank you. Allow me to ask Deputy Mayor, because the Mayor is not present. In our ESCO meetings, I think you must also organize for us to have social media so then the community will view us, because we seem to talk too much here, things that we don't talk in ESCO. So maybe it's because of that.
You won't
Honourable
understand the
Speaker,
strategy, you won't understand.
wavela umnikazi. Honourable Speaker, firstly, I don't think that when the idea of Moses Mabhida Stadium came about to build the world-class stadium, there was a political party that said no. When you even renovate your house, there are things that you see or you discover along the way. And then you need then to add more money or even to change the material that we are using. We are talking about a world-class stadium here. Now, the very same colleagues who are complaining today put motions to you, Speaker, complaining about the sky cars. That is not working. Now we wanted to fix those things that are not working. They are complaining. I wonder whether they can do the same in one of the stadiums in South Africa, that is Greenpoint Stadium. But why here in eThekwini? We will continue fixing things that we need to fix because they want to go to media and say, Look at the Moses Mabhida, there are no more games, World Cup or whatever, high-class games coming because there are issues in the city. We note this as IFP, Honourable Speaker.
Thank you. Councillors, are the recommendation noted? Mr. Chairman, next item.
Thank you very much, Honourable Speaker.
The 115 echela imnyama.
The microphone is service now.
Noma ngaboshwe zonke zomphakathi ozosaluna ugesi.
Thank you very much, Honourable Speaker. The next item is item number 3, Report of Trading Services Committee from their meeting which was held on the 19th of the 5th. Item 3.1, approval of water and sanitation infrastructure surcharge effective from the 1st of July 2025. Committee
Speaker.
recommends.
Thank you very much. I will check hands.
Speaker, I think we skipped 2.2. Losemhlango sophongolo.
2.2. 2.2, Speaker.
Yeah, 2.2 so please. Page 8, 2.2.
My humble apologies, honourable members. Item 2.2, noting commitment by eThekwini Municipality to support the 2025 annual reed dance ceremony and request for authority to transfer funds within the vote of the Social Services Directorate to cover additional reed dance requirements. Committee recommends.
Thank you. Let me check hands. Let me check hands.
Speaker,
Right, ngisafuna ukubheka kahle. There is a hand, Umalo. Right, we are number 1. Number 1 camera amkhona balapha. Chayichayi ubalo ngemva tuzo kwakho. Khazela uShange, then Chunu, Khazela uZuma, Khazela uMngadi, Khazela Deputy Mayor umyeni. Sibamba kanjalo. Siqaleke Khazela Nxuma.
angibingelele somlomo, ngibingelele koza kwethu, ngibingelele kumakhosi aseNdlunkulu, all protocol observed. Somlomo thina njenge Democratic Alliance siyathokozela kakhulu umkhosi womhlanga ngoba ugqugquzela ukuziphatha kahle, ubafundise ngesintu, uphinde ubavikele kwi teenage pregnancy. Somlomo sifisa ukubonga nonomehlo ngomsebenzi omkhulu abawenzayo wokusibhekela izintombi zethu. Kodwa ke somlomo sinesicelo sokuthi iTransport kulonyaka senze sure ukuthi izokwanela zonke izintombi zethu. Kungenzeki okwenzeka last year la okwasala khona izintombi ezitobhini. Amamakhi somlomo siyacela ukuthi abe enough kungabi khona izintombi zethu ezizolala ngaphandle ngenxa yokugcwala kamamakhi. Ukudla kube enough akwenziwe noma ama take away bakwazi ukusneka ngawo. Kuze bazi ukwadla na during the day siyacela no driver bamabhasi somlomo babe sesimweni esiright sokuba semgaqweni kuze izintombi zethu zizobuya emakhaya ziphephile. Thina njenge Democratic Alliance sibafisela okuhle kodwa uhambo labo lokuya kumkhosi womhlanga baqhubeke njalo nokuziphatha kahle. Ngiyabonga somlomo.
Iqiniso leli Nyambozi. Nyambozi iqiniso leli.
Thank you. Yes, Kazela.
Asibonge somlomo. Thina njengeqembu le-IFP siyayiseka i-item. Kodwa somlomo unezinto ezenzekayo uma sekuyisikhathi sokuthi kiwe emhlangeni. Okokuqala nje somlomo ngiqale ngeoffice lakho. Besinesicelo kwi-office lakho ngendaba yama bookings for amakhansela. Nalento eyenzeka last year ukuthi sigcine sihambe siphelelo petrol emgaqweni yabarongi. Okunye somlomo esizocela kule yeintombi besicela ukuthi ngoba kuyavela ukuthi ibudget yeintombi incane besicela ukuthi mhlambe nithi ukuyinyusa ngenxa yezinto esifike sithole uma sesingale emhlangeni. Okokuqala ingane zayilele eminyango inethwa imvula somlomo akusijabusanga lokho. Okwesibili ukudla for abantwana bethu kwakungekho enough. Siyaqonda ukuthi into ye province kodwa besicela ukuthi nathi njenganetheku sibaphathise umphako. Iji uma ingane yakhe iphumi ekhaya iphumi trip ifika uyikhokhela esikoleni bese uyifumbathisa u300 uthi owokudla. So somlomo siyacela ukuthi izinto ezinjenganalezo zingaphinde zenzeke. Siyathokoza kakhulu.
Thank you. Next speaker.
Ngibingelele speaker. Siyabonga kakhulu okwenza umkhandlu weTheku. Kodwa speaker sinezicelo esifisa ukuyibona zenzeka. Okwenziwa omama abahlola intombi kuumsebenzi omkhulu. Siyafisa ukubona umkhandlu weTheku ulekelela ukupha labo mama abahlola intombi ama trainings because ukuyiphatha kahle kuphela it's not enough. Siyafuna ukuyibona intombi zifunda. Siyafisa futhi umkhandlu ukube nento yenzayo nje ukubonga intombi mhlambe sort of bursaries okuzothiwa le it's for intombi kuze nezingakangeneli la iziqhuquzeleke nazo ukuthi zihlolwe. Thanks a lot speaker.
Councillor Mngadi.
Uyashaya ke la. No, honorable speaker, u-EG usengikhavile.
Councillor Sokabase.
Speaker, ngathi ungeqile.
Ngiyabonga speaker. Okushiwo ama colleagues ngokucela ukuthi sandiselwe imali siyacela. Sikwenzile kwenzekile manje ngoba imali ebesinikeziwe was 915,000 but ke CFO khona sinikeze kona isi 1,400,000 1.4 yes but I manje speaker ngiphazanyiswa abantu abangahlolwa.
Siyabaxolisela Councillor Sokabase.
Wenzeni umthetho?
Yes, ikhona speaker kodwa lezi zinto esho amakhansela ayizukuba enough. But because it's a budget esiyinikeziwe sizosebenzela phezukwayo. Kodwa siyafisa ukuthi amakhansela azi ukuthi siba nawo ama workshop omama onomehlo kukhona lapha abafundiswa khona size sifikelwe uNdlovukazi uMandlovu afike azobayala afike azobafundisa kodwa futhi baqinisile ukuthi siyafisa ukuthi kube khona izinto ezenzelwa intombi ukuthi zikwazi ukuthi zingabi ukuthi ziyahlolwa kuphela kube khona nama skills amanye abawatholayo njengoba nabo abantwana sikwazile ukubacela ukuthi abangene kulawo ma skills. Siyabonga kakhulu siyafisa ukuthi abantwana bahambe kahle nokuzokwenzeka phambili kube kahle siyabonga kakhulu.
Thank you. Thank you, Councillor Sokabase. Are the
Speaker, ngathi ngeqekile.
Bosel?
Councillor Zuma.
No. You never raise your hand. You never raise your hand.
No, Speaker, you did recognize her. No, Speaker, you recognized her yourself. You did recognize her. No, you did, Speaker. Speaker, you did recognize her. You did.
Okay.
Kick Manga out.
After the two speakers, Zuma, Gumgati, Sokabase, Deputy Mayor. Ibijal.
Yes.
Musa ngoba ingekho isithini ngirobe. Phela ke mangele asibamba from the floor. Ningangirobe. Kulungileke ngena ke Zoom.
Wazingathi uyahlolwa.
Speaker, as ichitshel representer lomkhandlu lona ngithi mina we are in full support of the transfer of the funds celebrates heritage events that hold significance in our nation. However, it is important to reflect on the challenges that were experienced during last year's event. Many maidens were left without proper accommodation, were stranded due to shortage of buses, while others were transported in unroadworthy vehicles. This placed a huge placed their lives at risk. This is not acceptable, Speaker. When we transport our young women, our officials and councillors, their safety must remain our top priority. The Reed Dance is an annual event, therefore the municipality has to be responsible and learn from past mistakes. Proper planning and adequate resources must be put in place. We cannot afford to repeat the same errors as those that were done last year. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor.
Ngibonge somlomo Councillor uSokhabase usengikhavile kepha einkulumeni ezishole kulendlu kuyacaca ukuthi sonke siyavumelana ngokuthi imali esiyibekayo for umhlanga ibukeka incane kakhulu kodwa ke ngicabanga ukuthi moving forward as this council kuyofanele si review ngoba kubonakala nje somlomo kade sinosiyaya ukuthi every financial year intombi ziyanda eThekwini okwenza ukuthi esisuke sikubudgetele kulonyaka ngonyaka olandelayo kube nayo inkinga kodwa ke mhlambe ke nami njoba ngibuye ngibe umama nomehlo sesiyohlangana emhlangeni ngiyabonga.
Thank you very much, councillors. The recommendation is noted. Next item, City Manager.
Was it the last one?
The last one is on. It's not for noting. Which item is for approval here?
2.2.3.
2.2.3 is for agreed, councillors. Right, City Manager, now we are on.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Page 10, report number 3. Also from the Trading Services Committee, from their meeting of the 19th of the 5th, 2025, item 3.1, approval of water and sanitation infrastructure surcharge effective from the 1st of July, 2025. Committee recommends.
Right, hence from the floor, page 10, item 3.1. Only one hand, eh? 2. Councillor Nkosi and Councillor Mwango. Oh, okay, okay. Okay. Yeah. The
Friday Front Plus.
The touches and Councillor Nkosi, Mwango, then not the last. Yes, ngaqala.
Yeah, ngiyabonga ngifisa ukusiza umfowethu uMncwango ngoba uzonga understand le item ukuthi khulunywa ngani. One kwi last financial year uMayor lesikhathi ehamba enza ama consultation. It was part of the consultation program and it has been ring-fenced imali yala kuma project onke abakhona ba cishe uzongabi nalo ulwazi kwaba uMncwango ukuthi isebenzeni kwi committee we have seen all the project and also the amount next to it. So we also just wanted an authority ukuthi siqhubeke nalo 150 ukuthi sucele ukuze kuqhubeke kwenzeka ama project oba yibo laba abakhuluma ngeinfrastructure engekho right eThekwini kodwa abazothola ukuthi abazokuyisupport namhlanje. Where are we going to get the money to fix the infrastructure unless we go to the resident and ask for more money or to assist us with this 150? Thank you, Somlo.
Thank you. Next speaker. Mango.
Honorable Speaker, I was hoping Councillor Nkosi will help me, but he couldn't help me because I'm trying to understand how really after increasing tariffs, we are now prepared to put more burden to the ratepayer of eThekwini. 150 may seem small, but for someone who lost a job during COVID or other reasons. This is huge money. So I think in the interest of ratepayers of eThekwini, this council shouldn't attempt to put any surcharge to the ratepayer, because what is happening here, Honorable Speaker, we are punishing specifically those who are paying for the services. I keep saying, you go to townships and rural parts of eThekwini, you will find a lot of illegal connection when it comes to water and electricity. People don't pay for these services. Now, what you are saying in this council, you are saying those who are already suffering due to the high tariff hikes, they must now be further penalized with 150. It may seem small, but it's not small if you accumulate it for someone who keeps paying. So it's really unfair.
Yes. What's that?
Yembe Speaker.
Imbezi?
Ngoba Speaker, izandla kuzisatha kwi-floor. So ukhansela Mngcwabo isikhathi sakhe ngaso 3 minutes nje asazi mhlawumbe isikhathi sawusatha. Una 4 councillors kuphela emkhandlweni.
Awuzwakali kahle kodwa ubekile wona. Oh, okay. Okay. No, the team here is managing time. Kunomkhonyo vuna ubonile. Okay.
Told 3 minutes wonke, 3 minutes wonke.
Okay. Okay, hayi siyabonga. I-team yami inzweli. Banizwe ukuthi abangangifaka ekhulumeni. Qhubeka ngokukadiwe ekhumbula.
No, thank you, Honourable Speaker. Honourable Speaker, Action SA do agree that we need to fix our infrastructure. No doubt about that. But there is really a lot of wastage in this municipality. If you look at the irregular expenditure that we continue to incur in this municipality, wasteful expenditure, sometimes we write off billions of rands, but now we want to sit here and say we are prepared to punish the ratepayers. And trust me, Honourable Speaker and councillors, what this does, it actually affects even the economic growth of the city, because investors don't want to come to a city that always punish those who are prepared to pay. So what you are recommending before council today is to say, go and punish the ratepayers of eThekwini who are already struggling. So as Action SA, we will stand with the ratepayers on this platform. We are prepared to stand with them. Hence, we cannot support such a recommendation that put a surcharge and punish the honest ratepayers of this municipality. Therefore, Action SA can support this.
Freedom Fund Plus.
Chair, earlier today, Councillor Beerger said there is no metering on indigent water. I call this a watershed moment, a revelation. Seeing that currently we're sitting at 57% water loss, non-revenue water that we're not generating money for. I made a note earlier that we have around 1.2 million households and 778,000 indigent households as per Stats SA. We've incorporated in the IDP in 2022. So 344,000 households pays for most of the revenue. In 2022, we borrowed 1.5 billion repairing 17 dysfunctional sewer plants, and again last month, we borrowed another 1.5 billion, citing the same reason to repair 17 dysfunctional sewer plants. Paying this loan off over 15 years. Now we want to punish residents.
Right. If there's a hand raised from the floor while we are debating, when the speaker acknowledges that hand, you stop debating. You wait for the speaker to guide the meeting. I was taking the hand from Councillor Nkosi, so you should have stopped and wait for the speaker to direct the meeting. Yeah, thank you for that. Councillor, continue with the debate and conclude your debate. Councillor Nkosi, asimiyeke uyayazi item akuyena yona. Continue, Councillor. Proceed.
So now we want to punish residents because we cannot maintain our infrastructure or our meter our water losses. We need to fix our systems and our infrastructure. If you cannot measure it, you cannot manage it.
Thank you.
Friends plus will not support this.
Recommendations on page 12. Are the recommendations agreed?
Agreed. No.
Thank you. Let's have the screen, please. Let's have the screen. This is the last item before in committee. After this,
Motions?
item, maybe. Right. So where is? Okay, good. Thanks, sure. Right. Those who are in support of the recommendation, please raise your hands.
The voters are going to kick you out.
Thank you. Ningahlisa izandla. Those who are voting against.
iDA nengane yayo.
Thank you. Ningahlisa. Those who abstain.
Commander Morning. Hey, MK vote against umncwango.
ABL abstain kuyini mfana?
Mkhiphe MK.
ACC, can you please confirm your vote?
It's done, it's 4.
It's 4. Thank you.
MK? Confirm your vote?
Yeah, MK. Volume now.
Ozani MK maniyithanda.
Awuziboni ukuthi uwedwa la.
Ngizolanda nini?
MK must work in its ward.
Ngesingisi you are single.
Right.
Kick him out.
Order. Those who are in support, 105. Those who are against, 58. Those who abstain, 3. Thank you. Councillors, we are now going back to the main agenda. This one, the thick document. The main agenda, back to the order of procedure. We are now on item 13. Notices of motion. All right. No. I'm wrong. We are dealing with the ethics committee report. Before notices of motion, right? There were executive reports. After that, there's bullet 3, which is the report from ethics. Then, notice of motion, item for noting, we are closing, then go to the in committee. Let's maintain order. Let's maintain order. Let's move to ethics report. You remember earlier we said those who are mentioned in the report, they were supposed to declare earlier, but the time when we were inviting them, we discovered that the report was not circulated to all councillors. I believe now that all of you have got the copy. We've seen your name there. Then when we are dealing with the report, I will expect those councillors to excuse themselves instead of inviting them one by one to declare interest to save time. Right? We are now dealing with ethics report. If you are implicated, please excuse yourself before the chair of the committee table the report. I'm giving you that few minutes to be excused.
Speaker, point of order, please. Clarity. Speaker.
Yes. Yes. Councillor Kawena.
Speaker, I'm sorry to rehash this, but we've had this debate previously here. Remember, this agenda item, we will be voting per councillor. We don't vote on the entire report in its entirety. So if councillors are mentioned in the report, they ought to be recusing themselves for their item only because they are still entitled to vote on somebody else's matter. And I think we had resolved this in our previous discussions. Thank you.
Okay. No, I caught you. Chair, can you please summarize the report?
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Chairperson. Allow us to present our ethics report for the councillors who did not call the meetings on this following quarters. It's July to September 2024, October to December 2024, January to March 2024, and April to June 2024. The first councillor is Councillor Alan Peterson. Alan Peterson, I will just go straight to the recommendations, Speaker. We are recommending that Councillor Peterson.
Sorry, Honourable Speaker, I'm sorry to disturb the chairperson. Can I check something? Are we talking about 2024 report? I just wanted to be sure, colleagues.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, our cases are 2024.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yes. Proceed, yes.
Oh, the first councillor chairperson is Councillor Alan Peterson. We are recommending to the council that Councillor Peterson must be found guilty and be reprimanded to breach number 1 and be found not guilty to breach number 2. That's a recommendation, the first recommendation, Chairperson.
Thank you. Councillor Mchacho.
Sesiyavota.
Yes.
Okay.
No, I see, you have raised your hand.
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
No, Speaker, you do know that there are outstanding issues between ourselves and your office, you in particular.
And who?
Between us, the DA caucus, and your office,
right.
and you in particular, there are outstanding issues that have not been resolved. We therefore want to place it on record that we reject the report in its entirety. So we are voting against everything that's in this report.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Speaker. The next.
Right. Councillors, there is there's a recommendation on the first report. The chair have read those recommendations. Council have to approve or reject the recommendation. What Councillor Mtetwa is saying is out of order. We vote as per the item. When we go to that item, you don't vote. Yeah, now to say you reject everything in the report, no, let's not do that.
Yeah, kick him out, Speaker.
Let's be
It's fine,
orderly.
but it must be recorded.
Let's be orderly, then we record those votes. Now, are these recommendations agreed, councillors?
Agreed.
Right, the A is against the recommendations, right? Let's record that. Proceed, Chair.
Thank you, Speaker. The next councillor is Councillor Daniel Logan Mia. The councillor pleaded not guilty. We are recommending that the council approve Councillor Mia to be found not guilty to both charges.
Is that agreed, councillors?
Agreed.
Next item. Proceed, Chair.
Cases are the next councillor is Councillor Sibusiso and Cedric Kwela. The councillor pleaded not guilty to both charges. We are recommending to the council that Councillor Sibusiso, the council must find him guilty, and we are recommending a formal written warning to both charges.
Is that agreed, councillors?
And we are recommending a formal charges.
Agreed. Thank you. The record.
It's Councillor Menzi Wilfred Mangele. Councillor Mangele pleaded not guilty to both charges. We are recommending that Councillor Mangele must found not to guilty on breach 1, on breach 2, breach 1 and breach 2. Thank you.
Is that agreed, councillors?
No, can I correct? No, Chairperson, can I correct something? Councillor Mangele must be found not guilty on breach 2, Then on breach 1, we need to reprimand Councillor Mangele.
Okay. Recommendations are on page 5, 6.2.1, 6.2.2. Are they agreed, councillors?
We defend Mangale. We stand with Mangale.
The next councillor, Speaker, is Councillor Joseph Temba Mnguni. Councillor Temba Mnguni pleaded guilty to all 4 breaches. We are recommending ukuthi Councillor Mnguni found guilty as pleaded guilty. Then we are recommending to the council to approve Councillor Mnguni to be issued informal warning to all 4 breaches.
Is that agreed, councillors? DA against.
Councillor
Next item.
The next councillor is Councillor Sandile Gwala. He pleaded guilty to both charges. We are recommending to the council to find him guilty, and the sanction is formal warning to both breaches.
Thank you. Is that agreed? Next item.
The next one is Councillor Sibusiso Bexisa Mpanza. He pleaded guilty to both charges. We are recommending Councillor Mpanza to be found guilty and be reprimanded to both charges.
Thank you. That agreed, councillors?
Agreed.
Next item.
It's Councillor Andrew Clint Akas. Councillor Akas pleaded not guilty to both charges. The recommendation from the committee, we are recommending to the council to approve. Recommendation from the committee, we are recommending not guilty to both charges.
That agreed, councillors?
Agreed.
Kick him out.
Item 11.
Councillor Tamsanga Desmond Mthethwa, he pleaded guilty to both charges. We are recommending to the council to find him guilty and to be reprimanded for both breaches.
Thank you. That agreed, councillors?
Agreed.
Item 12.
Councillor Roy Dean McPherson. He pleaded not guilty. We are recommending to the council to find him guilty. The recommendation for the sanction is a formal written warning for all 3 breaches.
Thank you. That agreed, councillors?
Agreed.
We disagree.
Item 12, 13.
Councillor Siphelelo Mnyandu, he pleaded not guilty. We are recommending to the council to find him guilty, and we are recommending that the councillor must be reprimanded for both breaches.
Thank you. Is that agreed?
Agreed.
Item 14.
Councillor Utemba Jetrom Kize, he pleaded guilty. He pleaded guilty to all breaches. We are recommending that the council must be found him guilty and issuing a formal written warning for both the breaches.
Okay, thank you very much. That agreed, councillors?
Agreed.
Item 15, Hector Gaseko. Let's move to 16.
Councillor Hector, we are recommending to the council to close this matter because he's no more the member of the council.
Yes, councillor, is it agreed that you close the matter?
Agreed.
16.
Nangathi no umthetho nje.
Umthetho no.
The next councillor is Councillor Themba Joseph Mnguni. We are recommending to withdraw the charges to Councillor Mnguni.
Right, is that agreed, councillors?
Agreed.
Thank you. Last councillor.
Councillor Nkosiyezwe moya wenziwe. Moya wenzi mhlongo. We recommending the withdrawal of the charges, Chairperson.
That agreed, councillors?
I thank you. Thank you, Chairperson.
Right, thank you, Chair. We are done with ethics report. We are now on item 13, notices of motion. Yeah, Secretary, telling me that my council and I say I'm building.
I feel so left out this month. Myself and Councillor Byrne feel that you've been marginalizing us.
Leila. Councillors, we have 2 motions. The first motion is on the council agenda on page 88 from Councillor Ismail Mohammed, is seconded by Councillor Said. Is the first motion. Then the second motion is on the supplementary agenda on page 3. Now, let's start with the motion on the council main agenda. Page 88. Is Councillor Mohammed present?
I'm present, Speaker.
We are present. Okay.
I'll give you a present as well, Speaker.
Thank you very much. Councillors, is the motion agreed? The motion is supported. Thank you.
Speaker.
Yes, Kamole? And Jongu? Oh, okay, Jongu?
Speaker, we would like to amend this motion.
You would like to amend this motion?
Yes.
No problem. You can amend it.
No, he's confused, Undlovu.
No, sorry, we thought it's this, sorry, Speaker.
They don't read for
Full upset.
Okay.
Agreed, Chair. Aslul. We agree. Let's move.
Okay. This one is supported. Thank you. The second, let's move now to the second one.
Thank you.
Now, the second one is on page 3. The motion has been sponsored by Councillor Mwango, seconded by Councillor Zuma. Mwango is still part of the meeting. Is the motion agreed, councillors? Or you said you want to amend it? Thank you.
Yes, Speaker.
Yeah, let's take that amendment from Councillor Ndlovu.
I also want to amend.
Councillor Kuzwayo want to amend. Okay, let's take those two amendments, then we'll make a decision. Engathi ngabe nginibize ngoba binekhokhasa ngale amendment yethu nobabi. Ni khokhasa. Yeah, can you Chair, I'm informed with Andrew, Councillor Kuzwayo. Councillor Ndlovu is an amendment. Councillor Kuzwayo is an amendment. Is ophuma sayengite le motion. Hey. Sisikayile kodwa. Ayosafara.
Hayi kube sekuyini. Basabhala ama-changes to this motion nama-amendments proposed bonke bebhala nalo bebhala njebi yaqoqa that
Asembuze ikhafikazi. Ichef. Awubize indlovu. Awubize indlovu.
Futhi that eThekwini is fair. But lento is not even a resolution. So to resolve it, that eThekwini is facing challenges.
Make the amendment. You must say by amendment. Yeah.
Angithi emotion iyonke yeah asibhalanga yonke but siyayifaka yonke njalo but thina the only part that we want to add is that over and above ama illegal foreigners bakhona nabantu baseNingizimu Afrika abashishinayo ngedakamizwa nabahlala kulezi ndawo so ikomiti leli must deal with anyone not only foreigners.
Okay, so Uti eThekwini is facing challenges relating to illegal foreigners and illegal foreigners and anyone engaging.
Yes.
Uyabona ukuthi ufuna ukuthi ungene and anyone or any person ushuthi ngena la.
Yes.
And anyone or person then besiyaqhubeka
yes engaging in illegal.
Thank you, councillors. While I'm waiting for an amendment from Councillor Kuzwa, let me read the amendment from the EFF. Order, councillors. Order. The Councillor Ndlovu is saying the amendment should read as follows. The eThekwini municipality is facing challenges related to illegal foreigners. In criminal activities, but they're adding that after foreigners, we must add, and anyone or person engaging. The amendment, you see, after foreigners, they're saying, and anyone or person. Then you continue with the sentence. That's what the EFF is proposing as an amendment. So that the amendment, when you read it, it should not send a message as if foreign nationals are the only targets, but there might be other people who are not foreign national who might be involved in criminal activities. They are saying anyone or person. That's what the EFF is proposing. Is the proposed amendment of anyone or person supported? Councillor Nkosi? Councillor Nkosi?
Awusebevalenda eyami amendment sicela somlomo ukusicela uKhansela Mncanga ayekuba unontanda kubuka sithi singakayi debate emotion useyifake ku Facebook so akayiyeke lento yakhe wrong
uyathanda ukubuka
Okay
yapha
hayi kahle mphela
icobezela mpandla
order asibambeni inqubo yomhlangano ithi kunesiphakamiso sokucibiyela right siyasivuma noma sasiphikisa niyasivuma
Speaker.
Khala Mncanga.
Speaker, I'm trying to follow exactly. I did hear what the EFF is proposing. But as an author of a motion, I just want to make sure that it doesn't lose the essence of what the motion seek to achieve. Now, just clarity in terms of, are they amending on the resolution of what is recommended to be as a resolution, or they are amending the top part where they are saying we note that these criminal activities also take place from other people other than illegal immigrants?
The top part.
The top part. Okay. No, it's fine. It doesn't change the substance of the motion.
Yeah, but if they amend, right, the top part of the report, if the recommendations continue to mention what have been mentioned earlier in the report, if council supported this amendment, it means recommendations also have to consider the amendment asserted by council. I'm correct, legal? Okay. Because that will influence the body of the resolution. I'm sure we are clear, Councillor, that that's fine.
Speaker, just for clarity, what do you mean it changes?
No. I'm saying to you, currently council is dealing with the addition.
Okay.
The addition of anyone or person. That's what we're dealing with now. On the first part of the first sentence of the motion of the motion. Anyone who gonna after foreigners.
Okay.
And anyone stroke person. That's what we are adding. That's what Council now was debating.
Okay. No,
thank you. Is that agreed, councillors?
Agreed.
Thank you. Councillor Kuzwayo, let me have your amendment.
Speaker. Speaker, for clarity. Speaker, for clarity, Speaker.
No,
clarity, Speaker. Speaker, clarity.
No.
We are not going to.
We are now dealing with the
of your motion.
Order. We are now dealing with the proposal from Councillor Kuzwa, the amendment. Let me read. May I have your attention, councillors? I will try. I will try to read Councillor Kuzwa amendment. Let me read. May I have your attention, councillors? I will try. I will try so that or the possibility of strengthening the existing collaborations and coordination between the municipality existing law enforcement team, enforcement team, the departments or Home Affairs and the SAPS in dealing with issues relating to hijacked building, illegal trading, and drug-related crime, noting that there exists such a team and operations that escort to receive and periodically report to council on this. I'm reading Councillor Ntando's hand, right? If I'm struggling to read some of the words, I read and trying to digest it.
No, we are on.
Councillor Ntando, are you well represented, or you want to clarify some? I don't want to misrepresent your views. Can you please summarize so that I'm sure that you are well represented?
No, Speaker, maybe not to summarize. If you can just read it, because we lose the meaning of what he's trying to propose.
Okay.
Do we have the copy?
Yeah, yes, Speaker.
Okay, sure. Can you please go through here?
No, thank you very much, Speaker. I was saying that Council to explore the possibility of strengthening collaboration.
Order.
How? And coordination between the municipalities, existing law enforcement teams, the Department of Home Affairs, the South African Police Service, in dealing with issues related to illegal foreigners and others who have hijacked buildings and are trading illegally and involved in drug-related crimes, noting that there already exists a team and that EXCO receive periodic reports on this and then reports to council.
Okay, okay. That is a proposed amendment. Is that agreed, councillors?
No.
Speaker. Thatha kude.
Okay, okay.
Ufaka umoya omubi.
Oh. Yeah. Right. Let's maintain order. Sesovala manje. After this motion, siyagma in committees, then siyavala siyandedela. Now I ask the question that, is the proposed amendment agreed?
No.
Okay.
Speaker.
It means on this one we have to vote.
No, Speaker. Before we vote, Speaker.
On this one we have to vote.
Speaker, on a point of order, Speaker.
The point of order from?
Me.
Right, Mtetwa?
No, we've got to be procedural.
Yeah.
Because we are now getting a bit lost. Maybe if you give Councillor Kozwayo an opportunity to motivate, we can maybe find each other, because there's a lot now that is being said, which, confuses a lot of us.
Yeah, because
before we vote on whether we adopt it or not, can you give him an opportunity to motivate?
This amendment, okay? There's a hand, Kambuda, then Mwango.
Oh, thank you, Speaker.
I will deal with that. I will deal with that, yeah.
Before, Speaker, I wanted you, Speaker, and legal there to assist us before we even go to vote, because we might be voting for a motion engasa comply nama laws of being a motion in terms of wording, namagama. So we want to check that first before we vote.
Okay. Point noted.
Words are so many.
Point noted. Mwango?
Honourable Speaker, as an author of a motion, I think I have that right to agree or disagree with the amendment, because to agree or disagree with the amendment being proposed on my own motion.
Withdraw the amendment.
Order.
Withdraw the motion.
Order. Councillors, order. Member Council. Musani, order. Musani. Uvuma umnqango one umhlangano langeshona
Akayivotelena.
ya mnqango ungayona meeting le motion akuyona yakho
Akona Facebook.
yakho ayecouncil akuyona yakho kusho umoya nje wamanje leyo oza ngayo ayikho endleleni
Asenze
le Councillor Khuzwayo, can you clearly motivate your amendment, because it looked like your amendment is too long, councillors,
Yes.
they're a little bit confused, so that they're clear what they are supporting or rejecting.
No, thank you very much.
Councillor Khuzwayo.
Thank you very much, Honourable Speaker. Let me start by saying that this council has dealt with a motion similar to this before, to start with. Secondly, there are already 2 units within the Metropolis department which are headed by a colonel, and this unit deals with crime prevention and is led by Colonel Maharaj and Lieutenant Colonel Ntlego, with 4 superintendents and 32 team members that operate within the city, and they're making around 20 to 40 arrests per week. And there is another team that is under coastal policing, which is headed by Colonel Naika, which deals with business compliance and bad buildings. They report these stats, of course, to the inner city regeneration meeting that is every Tuesday through the city manager's office. Now, the reason why I amended this motion to read, as I have said, is because it is necessary to avoid unnecessary duplication of functions and also to recognize ongoing municipal operations to ensure that there is intergovernmental collaboration that enhances effectiveness in the work that we are doing and combating the challenges. Thank you.
Okay, it involves home affairs, bed building teams and other teams. Okay, I think Councillor, you are clear that the intention of the amendment is to acknowledge the work that's being done by council already on the ground. Councillor Zondi, your hand is up.
Thank you, Chair. Ukhona ukhansela khona oke wathi ayichazo nangesizulu, Chair, ukuthi sithi njengoba kune recommendation ukuthi i-executive ayiyoyibuka ibuke ke naloko esikushoyo include mangabe seyibuka. Thank you.
Siyabonga.
Ichaza ukhansela ukhuzwayo.
Akufanele i-item yodwa motion ifuna ukuthatha isikhathi sidlule i-agenda ye-council. Katsheni.
No, thanks, Speaker. I think the motion, let's just stick to the content. I think the motion is, the authorities mentioned, it is also said here in this motion that collaborating with relevant authorities. I think all the stakeholders mentioned, this word covers all of them. Thanks.
Point of order.
Point of order.
Yeah, busy point of order la ngoba umhlonishwa kwamzwanga kahle uNtando. Lento iyenzeka manje njengoba sikhuluma nje. Ngiyabonga.
Thank you, Jongu.
Honourable Speaker, I agree with Councillor Ndlovu from the EFF. The motion refers back to Executive Committee to look at these matters. It's already stating that there should be collaboration between the municipality special task team that is dealing with illegal foreigners with South African Police, Department of Home Affairs, and other law enforcement authorities. We don't understand why ANC want to amend that, because already it's there. So, as Section SA, we won't support that amendment. We want to keep the motion as is.
Okay. Okay, Councillor Mieni.
Mhlawumbe ke sichaze ngesintu sakithi.
Order, councillors, order.
Emotion esidingadayo somlomo. I-amendment iyasenza sivuleke ekutheni sifuna ukwenza into ekhona existayo. Kodwa siyavumelana ngento ethi we need to strengthen ukusebenza kwayo. Vele already a collaboration ikhona. On February we have a memorandum of understanding with SAPS. On top of that, other law enforcement agencies are working with us on the ground. Those who are members of the committee can attest to this, that we do get reports on what these two units are doing.
Thank you. Thank you. Now, thank you, councillors, for that clarification on the matter. Now, let's do this so that we are procedural. There is a proposed amendment to be considered by council. Now, before we vote on whether we support the motion or not, let's resolve the issue of the amendment first. The amendment has been clarified by Councillor Ntando, supported by a number of councillors on the amendment. Is the proposed amendment from Councillor Khuzwayo agreed? Right. Let's go back to the motion now. Is the motion supported? Is the motion supported? Thank you. The motion has been agreed and supported by council. Thank you very much. Councillors, we are now back again. Order. We are back on the order of procedure. Order, councillors. On, there's no report. There's no report from the mayor. I've asked him. There's no report from the city manager. Item 16, report on committee decisions. They're all noted. Item 17, all items for noting are noted, councillors. Thank you very much. Item 18 is the closure of the meeting. The meeting is closed. We are going to deal now with the in-committee items. Now it means, yes, Nyabose, then Kazuzondi, Kazalam Mtetwa. Right, you can talk Kazazondi while I'm trying to sort the microphone guy. My sound system team, please assist this side. Kazazondi. Let me have the roving microphones, please, for two speakers in front. Yeah, now I'm telling up.
Yeah.
Mtetwa?
Yes, Speaker, thank you. Earlier, when we started, you did announce that you are convening CIP. That you are convening CIP consultative meetings. Now we potentially have a public transport strike starting tomorrow, and as we know, some of those meetings are starting tomorrow. How is that going to happen if people won't be able to have public transport to attend to those engagements?
Yes, I'm aware of that. I've been informed by the mayor and the city manager. The mayor is not around here, is dealing with that, with the taxi association and all parties that are involved. Council members will be informed after the mayor have reported back to me of the outcome of the meeting is attending now. I'm aware of that, but will be advised. Kazazondi, I'm selling up a microphone.
Share appel. Share award.
Asizeni ngadleka isikhathi.
Speaker, thank you. We are requesting 5 minutes caucus as ANC. Thank you.
5 minute caucus is granted, strictly 5 minutes. Thank you.
Sure.
Oh my God.
5 minutes caucus. 30 minutes.
Uze futhi futhi mhlambe angikuchazele indaba konyaka ozayo. Wasombisi mina. Webhuti, wena indaba unga-understand ma wrong. Bisi mina ngangingana yes. Uze futhi mhlambe angikuchazele indaba konyaka ozayo. Wasombisi mina.